You're watching The Whole Living Show on Trajectory TV.
You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Whole Living Show this Wednesday. You guys couldn't see me backstage, but I enjoy all the show openers. So I'm usually singing and saying, hey, with the show opener, but you can't see me. At any rate, here we are, another wonderful winning Wednesday. So I have two things that I want to discuss before we get into what we are really here for tonight, because I have some very special ladies here this evening. But I wanted to talk to you about two things. First, I'm going to show you something happy, because I thought this was the cutest thing. There is a chimpanzee named Vanilla who was caged for 28 years in a research facility in New York City. And he was removed from that facility because there have been some laws that have changed around doing research and testing on chimpanzees. So he was removed from that facility, taken to another place where he can enjoy, life and outside and sunshine. So I want you to see his reaction to the outside world. So if we can play that video, it is adorable. Oh, and it's not quite there yet. It's not on the screen. There we go.
Vanilla went outside after Dwight, the alpha male, and
can you rewind this back? Because I want people to see his expression in the beginning. So he comes out,
Vanilla,
right? And look at his face when he looks up at the sky.
At age 28.
That is the absolute cutest thing.
Vanilla went outside after Dwight, the alpha male, encouraged
wow, his eyes lit up. He just lit up when he saw
She was living in a 5x5 cage in a biomedical research lab in New York.
I just really wanted you to see his reaction, because I just thought that was amazing. And he was amazed by what he saw. Just remembering that, he was inside for 28 years and not being able to see the sunshine. And I think, we take those things for granted. But to see that look on his face and just to see him happy, just to see that. So I wanted to share that first, give you just some joy in life, because we do really take things for granted sometimes, and life is precious, and so is what God has given us on this beautiful earth. So just wanted to mention that. I wanted to also, I'm going to start this conversation off by saying, our prayers go out to the families of those who were on the submarine. And I want to say that I understand, exploration and adventure and having the resources to be able to do that. But I also want people to understand that logic needs to kick in when it comes to certain things in life. And also, as I was mentioning with the chimpanzee and his joy and just looking up at the sky and not taking that for granted, for us also not to take for granted just how powerful, right, nature is and the forces around us and the resources that we have here. They are very powerful also. So you don't want to take it for granted from the other perspective either. So, as many of you are probably aware, there were some explorers, I'm going to call them, who decided that they were going to go on a submarine trip to view the ruins of the Titanic. And the Titanic is 12,500 feet below sea level. So not a great decision. So I just wanted to mention this because I want people to understand the decisions that the people made in order to go there to see this shipwreck, and that it just wasn't a wise decision, and that they really didn't. And I'm putting this out there. This is my opinion. So that they didn't really understand just the forces of nature, really, or just ignored it for that matter. And people lost their lives. And, that's not what we like to hear about. We don't want to hear that people are losing their lives, especially from making those kind of decisions. And I did some questioning about this because I was just really curious. I wanted to know how deep naval submarines, how deep they actually go. Because if the Navy and the military forces are not willing to go as deep as the Titanic, it's not smart for just the average person to take an exploration that deep and not know what they're getting themselves into. And if you've seen the news on this, they were saying that some of the parts from this submarine were bought from just a regular camping store, number one, and it was controlled by a regular controller that you use for like a gaming system. So, you have to think about there's something very wrong with this, and wanting to take yourself, and in one case, a man took his son to take yourself and your child below sea level that deep and not really understand the implications of that. So if we can play just a short clip from this video, but we want to just say that our hearts go out to the families there. But I just want people to think about, when you're exploring and you're being adventurous, just think about the forces of nature and what we have around us, and make some wiser decisions, or at least do your research around these things before you decide to explore.
Catastrophic implosion. The unthinkable became all too real this past week as we learned of the fate of undersea explorer Stockton Rush's Titan submersible on its way to the Atlantic grave of the Titanic. The questions, the second guessing, David Pogue tells us, are likely to continue for a long time to come.
So we can stop that too. I just wanted to say our hearts go out, but I also wanted people to know that, there's research that needs to be done when you're doing these things, and don't take these things for granted. And that's kind of the theme for this today and the beginning of the show. But in lighter news, we have some amazing women backstage. And this kind of goes to what we're going to talk about a little bit, because we're, providing things that are actually out there in the news. Well, something special is coming your way. And I'm going to mention the name, and then I'm just going to introduce the ladies. The Radical Press magazine is coming your way. So I want everybody to just get ready for that. These beautiful women and the founder, we're going to bring in the founder first, Radical Press founder herself, Jaimie Laine. Woo!
Hey, everyone!
Hey. And we have Dominique Rivera also. Woo! Hey, hey. And we have Brandy Johnson. Woo, woo, woo. Yay. So I love the dance. I love the dance you're doing. So listen, I am honored to be here with you guys and also be a part of Radical Press magazine, because I love just exploring and kind of researching and looking at the news and bringing out the truth, which I know all of you ladies on here, that's what you do all the time. So bringing out the truth on topics to the world where people are just misled. So I'm going to start with you, Jaimie, because you are the founder of this. What was your mission, idea? Why Radical Press? Why bring this up now? Why did you want to get this started? Why?
I love it. Well, my lover, Eric, and I founded this, and we're radicalists. And if you notice in the logo, there's also an anarchy sign, the A anarchy. And I know a lot of people, we've been fed propaganda all these years to believe that anarchists are violent. And oligarchy for one, anarchy for all. So I just want to make that clear that, and we felt that was important because, well, anarchism gets a really bad rap. So does communism, and people just don't understand it. And that's okay. Look, we have very strong views, Eric and I, and one of the reasons we wanted to start this, very strong, because we do believe in equal for all. We do believe that we all should have access to all the natural resources. We don't believe that only the rich can have access to the beach and the fish. And, there's disgusting meat farms across the United States, and that's what they call food. And anyway, and we could talk about that and be upset about it and do all these things. But one of the things about anarchism and communism, collectivism, is doing our own thing, doing what's right? Pick up your own trash, clean up after yourself. Those are basic, fundamental things as a human being that we teach our children to do. So that's what it is. That's what it is. If we all do our small part, that is going to be so huge, and we're not going to be getting other people's business. I don't give a fuck if somebody has a lip ring, or if somebody wants to wear braids, or someone wants to wear a sweatshirt and, have a disconnector as their fucking logo. Why are we so worried about these stupid things? Yeah. So I wanted to bring light, and the patriarch is bullshit. And we've been celebrating men forever and a fucking day. And it's time that we equal that playing ground. It's time that we really get to the nitty gritty of what really holds this country together. And that's the matriarch. That's the women of this world. And I want it to be full of women. I want it to be full of real things. And I want it to be, the mission for us is to bring disruptive, unique work from home solutions to create visibility and longevity. And basically what that means is, look, we're in a time, there's no employees. Okay. And I don't know about you, but I wish I could afford to pay somebody $50,000 a year to work for my company, but that's just not the way the climate is right now. Now, is it? Now, we can't go out there. So guess what, Tracie? I'm your operational support. I'm your marketing tool. I'm this for Brandy. I'm this for the Oracle of Apollo. Okay. And you're it for me. You're it for me. Dominique's it for me. That's what we need to do. We need to build a network of freelancers, a network of women, strong startup entrepreneur women. And we're going to be the operational team. I'm going to help you get marketing. Are we big now? No, we're not. But look at us. Look, I went to Tracie, Brandy, Bubble, and Oracle. And I said, Tracie, here. Why don't we just do a show? And look at that. All four of us are here. Now, guess what? When that magazine comes out, because it's going to be an online magazine, we're all going to have backlinks that are going to prop up our numbers, that are going to make people see us. And if you haven't gone on Search Console yet and indexed your website, please go do that on Google Search Console and index your website. That's another thing. These are going to be tools. It's basically marketing operations. I want to give women tools to build their business to be seen. Mm-hmm. Social media is clogged. Okay. It's talk about traffic. It's the wrong kind of traffic. We need to flip the script. Yeah. So that's
and explore that a little bit, and then I'm going to talk to the other ladies as well. But when you say social media is clogged and that's the wrong kind of traffic, talk to us a little bit about that and what you mean by that.
Well, let's take Facebook, for example. It used to be where Facebook wanted definitive business page, definitive personal page. When TikTok came out, Facebook said, what the fuck? Reels didn't exist a few years ago. It just started maybe 2 years ago. They realized that TikTok said, we want everyone. We want everyone. What are you interested in? What are you interested in? What are you interested in? Facebook wasn't doing that. Okay. Instagram kind of was, and that was more of a branding thing. And that was more of a lifestyle, product, that sort of thing. Instagram had its own thing. TikTok is so overfilled right now that those TikTok people are now coming over to Facebook and filling up Facebook. So guess what? I'm going to be seen less. Brandy's going to be seen less. Oracle of Apollo and you, we're all going to be seen less because they're taking it up. Now, thank goodness for Facebook, though. You know what they did do? Now they said, all right, now you can be a professional mode. You can be a digital creator because people wanted real things. People wanted real people. So Facebook started saying, okay, now it's going to be for your page, hashtag, the way that they did TikTok. So while there's other ways for us to be seen and little things we can do, those people who have 14 million followers are bringing them to Facebook. It's getting more difficult. And that's just one example. Okay, I have others. But for that, I mean, we need to help each other. We need to help each other. No, we don't need 14 million. We don't need followers either. We need buyers. Okay, let's not get shit twisted. And so that's what we need at 14 million. But then you see 100,000 people liking these people. There's no engagement on their page. Well, but if you have 100 to 500 followers and you have 20 to 30 to 50 people engaging you on a daily basis, that's pretty fucking good. So you need to take advantage of that. And I can get in a whole bunch of things. Us women don't take advantage of that. We don't promote ourselves anyway. So it's just an ongoing, how everything's connected, how we all have an interdependent relationship on each other. And we need to start realizing that and actualizing our power.
I love that. So let's go over to the other ladies here. Why Radical Press for you? Why did you decide to link arms with Jaimie?
Twin spirits, man. I'm not as vocal as Jaimie, and y'all heard me. You know I am vocal, but Jaimie just out there with it. I'm like, hell yeah, every time she talks. But just twin spirits. There are a lot of things that I see very differently from the average individual, and Jaimie sees a lot of the same things from her own perspective. So you already heard me say multiple times, there's a difference between white people and people that happen to be white. Jaimie Laine is one of the people that happen to be white and can lead anybody to the promised land. But the first thing, when you see me, if the first thing you don't see is a human female, you're the problem. It ain't me. And with that understanding, I don't allow a lot of the minutia of society as it currently is to take me off of my pedestal or podium, so to speak. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to do me, and I'm going to do me quietly and methodically. And when you see what's going on, there ain't shit you can do to stop it once I get started. And that's just what it is. So with that being said, that's why I with it.
Yes, I love it. What about you, Dominique?
I'm just taking it all in. I'm just like, what is that? This is amazing. There's a lot of femme energy here, and I'm just like, whoa. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah,
I have nothing to add to that. All of that was so well said. I'm just like in awe.
Well, I'm gonna say, because I know Jaimie, and because I know she's a person who looks for the truth. That's definitely why I wanted to be a part of this. Of course, on the health side of things, right? But we're just not given the right information. We are not, and we have to go dig. We got to dig for it, really, right? So, and there are certain avenues you can go to get the information, but I'm just like, okay, enough already. Like, let's just tell the truth, because people are dying out here from certain things that are happening in this world that is not necessary, so I'm just grateful that, Jaimie comes along, and I know she's all about, just telling the truth. So I'm like, yep, heck yeah, I want to be a part of it.
We also need to teach people how to identify the truth when it is presented to them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, the truth is all around us, but we're so busy plugged into the mainstream media and all the baby back bullshit going on at all times. You don't understand. Like, somebody could put something in front of your face that could literally save your life. Because a doctor didn't put it on the prescription pad, you're gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And all you had to do was mix some lemon with some damn cinnamon, and boom, you could have avoided fucking kidney failure. But like,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're programmed to give away so much of our power now.
Say that again.
We're programmed to give away so much of our power.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
As somebody else will solve our problem for us. Our answer is not inside of ourselves. Don't worry about it. Something outside of yourself that you could pay for will take care of it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
100%.
And I would even challenge too, like a lot of things that are lies, even, right, are hidden in plain sight, right? It's like they're telling us, but because we're so programmed and we're not looking for it, we don't really see it. But a lot of the things that we should know are out there. It's like, boom, it's in your face. But because they're telling us this over here, right? And we're programmed, like Dominique said, we don't even see the truth. We don't even really see the truth.
We're so normalized that we accept it as it being just, oh, well, this Mountain Dew has this ingredient that's used in cars. Okay, but everybody else is drinking the Mountain Dew. So how could it be that bad?
Yeah,
exactly.
And Dominique, talk about that inner voice, because I know that's so strong for you, and you teach people how to really recognize that. Talk about that and why it's so important.
So as we're growing up, like, we have different types of separation that happen inside of us. So the first type of separation that occurs to us is when the conscious and the subconscious mind divides itself. Then the next type of separation that happens to us is when we stop latching onto the mother. And then the next one is when we become a teenager and we're starting to find ourselves as an individual. And so in these time periods, we rely a lot on social cues and society and our families to direct us in what is normal, healthy, or okay. We don't have the ability to distinguish that for ourselves. So there's always an external voice that is telling us, all right, this is what you do until you're much older. And then you have that sense of identity, and our brain doesn't stop. Actually, our brain doesn't even finish creating our personality until we're 25.
Yep.
This is the end. This is the development process. So this is why a lot of people start having their awakenings around 26 and 27, because we just became who we're meant to be. So it's important to stop and reflect and ask yourself, even if this is something that my family has contributed, even if this is something that the society has contributed, am I following a path that has already been paved out for me, or is this my path? Am I doing this because someone else has told me this is what's supposed to be right? Or does this feel good to me? And what I mean good, I don't mean like, oh, this is what I want in the moment because I'm a human being and I had this desire or this need or this urge. But really, when I take these action steps that are going to result in a particular consequence, when I look back at that consequence, will I be fulfilled knowing that that is the karma, the energy that I'm putting into the world? Will I be happy in the sense that, do I feel like this is taking me towards my most authentic self or away from my most authentic self in retrospect of that? And we have to have that discernment. Do I feel safe in this energy? Does this energy elevate me, bring me closer to joy? And does this energy come from a place where I have free will? Mm-hmm. And in that discernment process, it allows us to really take the appropriate measures for ourselves and our identity.
Yes. Now, see, you said earlier, I'm just listening and glad to be here, but boom, I was going to say, this is why she's here. This is why. I can remember, and I tell this story, and I don't give the name of the place, right? But I can remember going to this place. It was like, an amusement park place. And there was, this ride where you go through, and they had all this like extraordinarily large food, right? They were testing and growing things. And I was like, something is very wrong here, right? And I've had those moments in my life, but I'm like, this is not right, and then lo and behold, years later, I get cancer and I start to do the research on food and all this stuff. But I remember that moment. I went back to that moment because I'm like, something is happening here that is just not right. And when I really learned that, where I went, the testing is not just for show, right? So It's for, certain industries in this country. So I'm like, this is very wrong. So these are the things that need to be unveiled, right? So that people can really be aware that, you know, this was not just for your amusement, right? This is something that's happening that's really going to affect you long term. So, okay. What's our next point? Because I'm just like, oh my God, I'm in awe of what's going to happen. I kind of see like what's really going to happen here. Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
No. Okay. So yeah, I was going to say, where do you guys want this to go? And this is collectively. I know, Jaimie, this is your baby. But even thinking about the contributions that the ladies are going to make. So Jaimie, you start, and then, you know, Dominique or Brandy, just go and say, where do you want this to go?
I want this to be the starting point, one, to show people of content marketing. There's different ways of doing something and getting your name out there. This is all in the name of business, okay? As business, we are all businesswomen. And I think one of the first things that we forget as a freelancer or doing what we do sometimes, we're not regarded as businesswomen. We the fuck are businesswomen, okay? And this is how we do business. So I think that's one thing. I'm doing what I'm telling people to do. Let's do content marketing. I want to give away so much value. I want to do all these things. And I finally figured it out after all these years in the digital place. Now, look, I'm a material girl in the digital world. All right. I'm a Gen Xer, and this is really difficult for me to make that transition. I've done a in-person business for over 11 years, and that disconnect was there. So for me, I want this to be a way, like I said, to be an operational support, to be a marketing tool. And then after that, in a couple months, I'd like to start then a weekly women's mentoring roundtable. And I always was attracted to Arthur's Court Roundtable because everybody was equal, right? Anarchy for all. Like I believe all of us are equal. And the roundtable thing, and I want us to talk, and we sit there and we mentor, we introduce ourselves. What are we dealing with right now, ladies, that we can do right now? And we help each other take action, and then we go forward. We can't afford $100,000 coaches, and we don't need to. You see what I'm saying? It's within us. So, boom. And then it's going to go further. That's just one thing, right? We tease radical press. I mean, it's more than that. We want you guys, we're going to have work from home solutions. You can buy a business for less than $300. Go start your own business. We're going to have products that easy entry into entrepreneurship simplified, if you will. We are going to give you every single thing that you need to start business. I want women come on. It should not be that difficult. It is not okay to go buy a franchise for $100,000, even 30 grand, 40 grand. Who the fuck has that kind of money right now? Unless you were $1 million company who got the PPP loan. We don't have that kind of money. Those opportunities aren't going to come jump on us. So we got to create them. So we're going to make it so damn easy for women to start their own business. We're going to have, you can't go buy a business and then go do it. Buy our business for less than $300 and then go teach it to someone else. Make a business out of it. Go do that. We want you to go do that. We're going to, I'm so excited. So that's, the magazine's just the start. The magazine is to help us all get that boost. All right. And I hope to get more creators in here and all those sorts of things. So now it's just I hate that word. Ew, gross. I told myself I'd never use that word.
I said, hope my ass. You know,
increase. I want to increase our visibility for all of us and create an online presence to make it easier for us to have that entry.
And do you have a number? Like, are you thinking of, I want X number of women, or you don't care? It's just like,
I want 1 million women. A million women. I'm telling you right now, freelancers. Okay, there was 20 million freelancers. No, 378 million, something like that. There's 20%. Okay. We need to build that up. If we can get 1 million women in a year, if we think big, we'll do more than what we think. Right. But I know that we can do it. Less than $300, you can own your own business and start. I'm going to tell you for free. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do first. I'm going to give you all those steps, and then you just get the technical things.
So, man, I got a sister Quinta. I'm going to bring into the fold just because she know not only if you teach them how to build a business, she'll teach them how to build business credit simultaneously, and you be off to the races for real.
Yeah. All of us will. We're all going to be in a magazine. We're all going to be contributors. We need to build our own resumes. We need to, as women, promote ourselves. We don't promote ourselves because we don't want to look like that mediocre jackass next to us calling himself a bro marketer. I hate that shit. No. No, they've had years of that bro bullshit. Okay? So it's our turn. It's us. Let's turn this motherfucker up.
And with that, jumping on that, I just want to talk energetically about what Jaimie's expressing here, because that's my bag, baby. So it's interesting because right now we're in this thing called the spiritual awakening, and it's actually geared towards the feminine, the matriarchy. So the patriarchy is being disenfranchised, the matriarchy is rising, and the kicker about that is that women by nature are designed to multiply. So it's not that it's just an individual seed. This is a multiplication. So if Jaimie's talking about a million women times what? Because each of those women will be more than just a singular.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
It. Yeah. That's it right there, dude. I fucking love that. We are creators and multipliers.
Yes.
Yoni powers activate everywhere.
Yes.
We got to think about the fact too. I believe it's important that a lot more women throughout the entire world begin to move into these leadership roles, especially leadership roles locally within their own governments and even presidencies and leaderships of entire countries. Because there's just something basic that I understand as a woman: we're less likely to start a war.
You already know
leaders in history, absolutely. And you know how they solved the disputes and conflicts? Like this, logically, in a council. Let's talk about this.
But we're the emotional ones,
right? Exactly. Men are wired to hunt.
Anger is something else other than emotion.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to work things out and figure out how can we build relationships. This is bullshit what's going on. I can't even take this country seriously anymore because of the bullshit nonsense fucks they have in the seats. I can't even take it seriously anymore. I would be building relationships. I'd be calling Russia and be like, what is up, Privyet, motherfucker? Das Vidanya. How can we fucking do business? Okay? How can we get education to all the women and girls in your school and help those boys and men learn how to be grown-ups and take care of their shit too? You see what I'm saying? I would be going to every country, the matriarch of every country, and building just a world of we're interdependent. Why are we denying what's naturally ours? Why are we denying and saying, oh, I don't want this, and then we're all crumbling apart? Look, men have been in charge for decades, and look at the fucking state we're in. Okay, so if it's not us, then no one's gonna do it. So Brandy, Tracie, the Oracle of Apollo, fucking badass Jaimie, like, we're gonna do that. Eric, thank you so much, lover. And he's gonna help us do that too. So
I love it. Okay, so why these three ladies to join forces with you?
Easy. Well, I noticed about Brandy, I noticed she doesn't like being in the forefront. Brandy does have a voice though. Brandy's got some shit to say. And I bet you when you approach her the right way, and Brandy's a businesswoman, she's a serial entrepreneur, just like me. And she knows me well. She got me this calendar, a fucking 2023 calendar. I mean, and that was when we barely knew each other. I'm like, who the fuck? She was basically a stranger who got me. She strong badass, as Eric goes in. So I was like, all right, well, she's totally going to be down with Radical Press. I know she can talk business. I know she can talk other things that us women know passionately about spiritually. So that was easy there. Dominique, of course, is a strong woman. And I saw she knows it too, because she's done it. How can I say this? She's coming into herself too. She is shedding those draperies of fear and embracing who she is, which is what Radical Press is all about too. She wants to support other people. She knows how we are connected. She understands that our past ancestry and our DNA and things like that. She knows. And she knows her mind, and whatever she doesn't know, she wants to learn more, and she's going to help others do that too. All of us learn quick too. Okay. All of us women right here learn quick. Tracie, oh my gosh. I know I curse a lot. You know, that's who I am. They're words. Tracie, I've never met anyone else who likes to talk about poop as much as I do and gut health and who understands the importance, but it's not just that. You know,
that's
what
on the
that
top
means.
of the resume right there, Tracie.
Yeah.
Poop. I love poop.
I love poop. Everybody,
you know what that means to how deep that goes in our gut, how deep that goes. You didn't accept the status quo of cancer. Okay, this is what you did. You're like, oh, really? Oh, okay, cancer. And you did it naturally because you believed in yourself. All of you ladies encompass what Radical Press is about. And I want to support you. And you guys have supported me. Like, we didn't know each other. You know what I'm saying? And we just decided we're not gonna be jealous. We're not going to hold anyone down. We need to talk shit. We're not going to block any of our fellow sisters from achieving what they need to do or support. And we all need a support team. All of us do. And women just don't like me in general. I don't know why. There's a disconnect. But when the women do like me, I want to hold on to those women who like me.
That's because you don't adhere to the same things that are so important to them.
Yeah.
That a lot of women hold important. We're like, the fuck? Like, that you taking that seriously? Like, what is the real impact of that?
It's because you're making people question their authenticity. They see you, and then what you're doing is that you're like air. Air is an agitator. Air is a thing that makes the waves on the ocean move. So you're an agitator in their field. So it's like, okay, so what do I do with this? I either submit or I bequest or I accept. And then that puts people in a state of choosing. So you're forcing people to choose at all times who they are and who they aren't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
That word that came up earlier, and I forgot which one of you said it, but you said disruptor, right? So that's what it is. You're a disruptor. And when you start to disrupt the norm and the status quo, people are like, okay, they probably run in fear, right? Or it's just a lack of understanding.
Oracle said that before too, about people feeling intimidated. And I've had that a lot too. They're like, it's intimidating to meet you in person because they've seen me on Facebook and then they meet me in person and they're like, oh my gosh, you're Jaimie. I was like, yeah. They're like, wow, this is intimidating, or it's intimidating to whatever. And I don't.
Every man I've ever spoken to, the first word that comes out of his mouth is, "You scare me."
And you're as natural as can be, right? Like, you're just not me, man. You excite me.
Yeah.
You women excite me. Like, it's exciting, and
we're coming to get you guys.
I'm coming to get you.
Looks like. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna come back to talk to these amazing ladies of Radical Press Magazine and the founder Jaimie Laine. So here we go, everybody. We'll be right back. all the commercials are always so good, you guys. So, so I just want to say I have to put that out there too, because Dano, Dominique, and I are all on Trajectory TV. So make sure that you watch everybody's show on here. We got the Weekly Dose of Dano, Divine Encounters, and the weekly show right here on Trajectory. So just wanted to put that out there. We are here with Radical Press. And if you guys missed the first half of the show, you want to make sure that you go back and watch, because this is raw, this is real, this is authentic. It doesn't get
Sexy.
It's sexy. That's right. It doesn't get better than that, everybody. So I want to ask you and everybody here, what should we expect from the first issue? Because I know you guys already have an idea of what you're gonna write about.
For me, I'm probably going to do some cannabis stuff in there just to make an introduction to it, because eventually I want to talk about that and what it's like to be in a cannabis business, because I did do that and I didn't have the wherewithal. I couldn't keep fighting with that bullshit. I'm going to talk about something really controversial. And I know, but for real.
Not at all.
I'm going to introduce Eric and me, and I want you guys to have 2 pages each as well. I want us to be able to introduce yourselves. I want you to really talk about yourself. I really, anything you want to say. It'll be a small mini feature so we can fit everybody in there, but pretend, you're the feature. So this is the first time people are going to meet you. And if you want to sell, offer value. We make sure. And I'm going to be showing the initial steps to start a business. I'm going to take somebody from the start, right, for the first issue, which will be in August. We have plenty of time to market and stuff like that. July was just too soon for us. And this has been in the works for a while, and I want to do it right. So for me, I'm going to be real controversial. I'm going to offer value, and I'm going to introduce us.
Awesome. Brandy or Dominique?
I'm going to be doing an Ask the Oracle column. So this is my participation trophy for this. I would like to start off in this first issue talking about twin flames and love. Because I'm on apps. You know, if you guys want to check me out on Purple Ocean app, the Oracle of Apollo, holla holla. Or check me out oracleofapollo.com and get a full reading. But either way, love is like a topic that I talk on a daily basis, and twin flames is an energy that I get a lot of questions on, and soulmates, but I want to dive in deeply into what that looks like, why you may want it, why you may want to steer clear from it, and what that means like when it actually arrives in your world.
Love that. Now let me ask you, I'm going to talk to you about that. We could talk about that offline more. However I can support you, I will. I'm not good at polls, and I don't have a huge following. So Oracle, your following is much larger than mine. Are you going to do the poll there? Ask the Oracle. Tell me what you need me to do. Just let me know.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to build up. What do you guys at home think? What is something that you guys want to ask that is in spiritual nature and love in nature and in natural in nature or supernatural in nature? And type your questions in there. Let's pull it from anywhere that we feel like anybody wants to add into from.
Oh, that's great. You know what? And then we can get 12. If we get at least 12 questions, those will be 12 issues or whatever. Okay. Sorry. I was just brainstorming out loud. Go ahead, Tracie. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no. I was just saying that's a good idea. So we can post it here on the show page too, just to say, ask your questions on what you want to ask the Oracle and put it here and see what answers we get here on the show page as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
Your
turn, girl.
Your turn.
On me. All right, y'all. So as y'all can see, my name is the Disconnector for a reason. So the first thing that I'm going to be talking on is reciprocity and its importance when you are determining who should be in your inner circle, who should be on the outskirts, and who needs to be booted out of orbit altogether. So that's what you're going to be learning about first and foremost from me. As far as advertising my business, I'm not huge on that. But if you want an example of what I do, these backgrounds behind myself and Tracie, the setup of this show and how to do all that is what I teach people how to do. So if you're looking to start a podcast, I got some knowledge to share with you. And I do it for a very affordable rate.
I love that. I was hoping, I was thinking about you today. I was like, I think Brandy does those things because you decided to take your ops behind the scenes. And I also want female that are in film and shit like that too. But that'll be an issue that we do. But I love that, Brandy. I was thinking about you today. I was like, is that the kind of stuff she does? Does she do the graphics, like for somebody to have, you know, a library in the background or whatever? So that's the kind of stuff.
Yeah, I keep it fairly quiet for a reason. Tracie knows why, but the work that I put in for people is exclusive because I do everything myself and I take my time. And when you spend that kind of time, you charge a specific amount because you can't do a whole lot of it all at once. If you're trying to turn it out like a freaking machine, it's not going to be customized to each person. I want everybody's work that I do to represent them, their brand, their vibe, their personality, wherever they go.
I love that. My therapist's whining. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
And she's downplaying it a little bit. There's so much more.
I know she is. I know. And she needs to learn how to promote herself. Brilliant women need to promote themselves like the mediocre men.
Yeah, because you see the little logo at the top, the background here. Like she does all that stuff. So
that was a great statement from Eric for sure.
I know. I liked it.
That was a good suggestion. Yeah.
Can you put that up there again? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Question about your identity. That's a hard one. That's what I coach on.
Yeah.
You coach me. I'm about to smack you with some questions you may not be ready for.
We gonna get the pill that wakes you up, and you can't give it back once we do it.
That's right. That's right.
Like goes in your cup.
Your puppy.
And it goes deep too. So I could attest to the Oracle makes you face yourself for real. And everything that came behind you too. You know.
Like, how are you feeling? Are you sure that's how you're feeling? Open that up this way. Oh wait, here's the map.
That's right. But it's a beautiful awakening. So I want to tell everybody, you got to reach out to these ladies too if you need something. You got to reach out to them for their individual gifts. I'm saying gifts because that's what they are. And they're all operating out of their gifts. For me, for the first issue, I'm just busting all the myths on health. Honestly, my first article is going to be called "What the Hell is in Our Food?" What the hell, right? I know I said it right. Ooh, what the hell is in our food? Just because most people don't know. And there's so many things that are riddling our food that really compromise our good health, right? And the body knows how to heal itself with really good food, right? Mm-hmm. So I want people to know what's in the things that they're eating, particularly if it's in a package. So we're going to be busting open the myth on all things health in Radical Press magazine.
I would like to let Jaimie know right now. You know what's running through my head?
Tell me.
You ever seen the movie Talladega Nights with Ricky Bobby? And how the little boys are running around the house going, "Anarchy!"
That needs to be in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna gift you with a graphic to put on a t-shirt.
Boom! Can I have a
And then one side should say, "Save me, Tom Cruise."
He is so true. Tom Cruise. Oh,
that's good stuff.
That was funny.
So, I mean, here you go. See, the business minds, right? Already.
Yeah.
What you're talking about. And already this is another way to you have some more resources to make some more money, to put some change out there, even with the words on the t-shirt, right? You're affecting change, you're making impact, and you're making money at the same time. So
yes. Oh yeah. Fashion is just woof. I can't wait. This is what I need to do now. This is what we need to do now. And I want to say something to the women out there too. Mm-hmm. We've been told all our lives to be one thing. How easy is that going to be? How easy wouldn't that be if we were just one thing for somebody to manage, one thing for somebody to maintain? We are not one thing. It is okay to immerse yourself in every single experience that you want to do. If you're not sure if you want to do it, immerse, do it. Do a few steps and see. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to pivot because it is a journey. And when you get to the point where you want to be and then go that route, then go that route. And it is nobody's business what your timeline is. It is nobody's business anything about that. You don't owe answers to anyone. Try everything, do everything, have 3 different streams of revenue and not do one thing because you're more than that. And I think for a long time, at least for me and in my generation, go to school, go to business school, get a degree. And, you know, we did all those things. I did that. And what? What the fuck? Like, I followed all the rules. I did the military. I did the things that we were told that would, and that's fine. So grateful. It elevated me to the spot that I needed to for the next time. And it just kept doing that. So keep doing that, ladies. It's okay to do a whole bunch of different things if you want to. And it's nobody's fucking business.
Yeah, amen to that. So
look at my timeline over the last 4 years, see how many times I done pivoted, and I pivoted hard.
Woo! She said
that was a military pivot.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And I, you know, when you said that too, I was thinking about some of the conversations that I have with my son, because those are the things that I like to tell him now at 16, like, just try things. You don't have to decide now at 16 what you want to be. You know, at school, there's so much pressure to say, I want to do this and I want to go to college and do this. And I'm like, no, try different things so that you can really figure out what you truly want to be, right? What you truly want to do in your life and be happy doing it. Because I don't want him to live the life that I lived when it comes to, and don't get me wrong, I had a great life. You know, all of it was for my good, but it wasn't really what I wanted to do. Right. Because I was conditioned, like you said, to go to school, to get a good job, you know, to buy the house and have the white picket fence. And you know what I mean? Like those things were instilled in me. Mm-hmm. But I don't want him to go that route because, you know, I found out later on in life, like, I'm not even really happy doing this. I'm just doing it. Right. And I'm on the wheel and I'm just going round and round and round and round. Right. So I love that you said that, because with women, this is how it changes. This is how we start to affect communities, right? Because we instill it in our own families. It reaches out into the communities. It starts to change, you know, cities, states, countries, right? When we start to do this, but we also filter that down to the kids that come behind us, the people that come behind us. So come on, let's go.
I'm gonna keep it simple. Surround yourself by people that have lived no less.
Yeah.
17 lives by the time they're 35.
For real?
Hey, yeah.
Wow, you ain't never lied.
Yeah. I look behind me, and I'm sure Dominique can relate to this too, that I knew I was in the military. I got out in 2004, almost 20 years ago, girl. Okay. 20 years ago. And I'm like, what? It was a lifetime ago. It's like, where is that time? Where did it go? What? And all the lessons and everything is inside of me. All those things are inside of me. And I kept the things that I needed to go to the next part and to make those decisions. And it's just like, and then another lifetime that I don't, you know, it's just so many lifetimes. And you think about those things, it's, oh man, it's just so fucking surreal. And I don't want to waste any time, man.
Yeah.
Life's so short.
Yeah.
When I know now about my health, I'm like, I want to live like 200 years. Like, there's so much I want to do. There's more
I learned like shortly before we jumped on here tonight. Like, I want to live 150, 200 years to make up for the time my ancestors lost. Damn it, I'm coming for it all.
Yeah. She said, I'm coming for it all, right? I want to read every book in that library behind Tracie. I want to climb on the ladders. Like, I don't know. There's just so much I want to do. And you know, I'm not going to be, we did.
Yeah.
I'm not, I need to take it easy. And that's why I love my lover, because, you know, I'm amped. Okay. My personality is just that, in case you haven't noticed. And Eric is, Eric's like, I'm like, I want these things because I want everything, and I want everything to be perfect and lovely and awesome. And he's like, Jaimie, it's okay that it's not done today. And I'm like, what? What are you don't know me at all. But he helps me. Like, I'm reminded, like, look, this one particular thing is like no big deal. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can go walk outside and then come back to it, is my point. Like, it's okay to walk away and then come back at any given time that I want to with whatever I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Not the things I make a commitment to. I'm talking about at random my days, because look, me being able to put like a launch date on this is a huge deal for me because I don't live that way. So it's important. When I put a date on something, it's important to me, is my point.
Did we even say what the date was on here yet?
Oh, no.
Nope. So, right. And I was just going to, my last question before we close this out is date and where can people find it?
Boom. All right. So the launch date is 20 August. We have all of July to get it ready. And then we need to market and all that thing. Radicalpress.org. 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 There's an edition on there now about Emma Goldman. She was an anarchist because she wanted birth control for women in the 1800s. She's so evil. So you can go read about her. We have something up. We have a few other things to give you an idea of where we're headed and stuff like that. So go check it out. I'm so excited.
So this, everybody, has been another episode of the Whole Living Show. We want you to make sure that you go and check out radicalpress.org. Look for us in August, the 20th of August. Hello, Iris. Thank you for joining us. Another powerhouse woman out there, living a healthy lifestyle as well. But we want to make sure that you join forces with us. All you powerhouse women out there, look for radicalpress.org and join us, and look for the magazine. August 20th. We are telling the truth.
Everything's free to contribute. If you have an idea, it's free. We're not going to charge anyone to have it or anything at all. So if you want to contribute content, share this with everybody. Anybody can contribute. We're going to eventually do features. If we have a lot of ladies and everyone's going to go on the front cover.
Woo! Yay. And we'll have to do this again as things progress. We'll have to come on again and just share and bring on new ladies as they come into the fold, right?
Yes.
So, I love it. So we will see you guys again next week. We will have Coach Ariana Hamilton coming on next week. She is a mindset coach. She's a powerhouse, and she wrote a book called Utilizing the Bible in Business. It's from a totally different perspective, though, so you guys got to watch it. That's it, though. We'll see you next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Bye, ladies.